is nothing that you cannot be or do or have. Do you believe that what you want is in the process of becoming? Has some of what you want already become? Then you're in a good place, aren't you? If there is something that you want that hasn't yet come about, do you believe that you are more focused upon the absence of it or the coming of it? The absence? Well, you can tell by the way you feel. If you're more focused upon the absence of it, you feel uncomfortable sometimes when you think about it. You're yearning for it. You're lonely for it. You're hungry for it. You are maybe hopeful, but feel the difference between knowing something's coming and yearning for it. Can you feel the emotional difference in that? That's the thing that we really want you to get a handle on today. Because you are a vibrational being. Do you know that? Most don't. You're so good at interpreting vibration, you don't even know you're doing it. You are a vibrational being, and you are continually emitting a signal. And it's a signal that you've practiced into being. It's a signal that you've thought into being. It's thought, it's energy, it's ideas, it's beliefs. Beliefs are just thoughts that you've practiced into strong momentum. So when we talk to you about being vibrational beings, we want to dovetail into that understanding that, yes, you are always emitting a signal. Is it a clear signal or is it a mixed signal? Is it a pure signal or does it have some resistance in it? Is there static in it? And you can tell, once you get the hang of this a little bit, how much resistance is in the signal that you are emitting, because you're always emitting one. If you're awake, you're going. So you're always emitting a signal, but is the signal in complete alignment with who you really are, with what you really want? Or have you got some resistance? Are you thinking about what you want and the fact that it isn't there? Do you want it, but notice it hasn't come? There's resistance in that signal. And humans, in your logic, say, well, Abraham, of course I'm noticing that what I want isn't there. It isn't there. You want me to pretend that something that isn't there is there? And we say, pretty much. Well, that just puts me over in the category of the crazy people, you say. The delusional. You want me to pretend something that has not yet come about. And we say, well, we at least think that it would be good for you to not predominantly beat the drum of its absence, because you are practicing a signal. Now, the reason that we say practicing a signal, there's a better way of saying that. You are emitting a signal that law of attraction is responding to. Law of attraction is the powerful law, the powerful universal law that manages vibration. So whatever thought you've got going on, law of attraction is bringing other thoughts like it. And in the beginning of a thought, there's not much momentum, and so you have some leeway. But once you've been thinking a thought for a while, that's when it clicks into the category where we call it a belief. It's such a practiced thought. And you say, or you want to say, or you sometimes say, you often say, you say this all the time. You say, but this is a thought that is reality, Abraham. Esther argued with us about that for quite a long time. But it's true, Abraham. And we say, there are a lot of things that are true, that if we were standing in your physical shoes, we would keep active in our vibration. But there are a lot of things that are true that you don't want to keep active in your vibration, because you don't want them to manifest more fully than they are already with the emotion that you're feeling. And you don't want the feeling that you're feeling. You don't have to put up with this split energy, with this less than feeling good. wouldn't you always choose clarity over confusion every time if you knew that you could? Well, you can, but you don't. But you can, but you don't. But you could, but you don't. But you might. In other words, it's just a matter of practicing, but you have to work with the law of attraction. You cannot buck its current, and you cannot give lip service to it either. You can't say something that you don't believe and get any advantage for yourself, because the universe does not hear what you're saying. The universe hears what you mean, because the universe is not listening to your words. The universe is responding to your vibration. Law of attraction is not responding to your words unless your words match your vibration. Law of attraction is responding to your vibration. And so we want to do a sales job here in first convincing you that you are vibrational first and foremost. You are source energy in physical bodies. There can be, we like it this way, and from our point of view it is this way. There is no distinction between the source energy you and the you that is here in this physical body. You are a continuous stream of consciousness. But sometimes in your human expression of life, you focus upon unwanted things. And in your focusing upon unwanted things, you practice vibrations that introduce enough resistance into your vibration that you cannot then read the full transmission that is coming from source energy. So instead of being able to utilize the guidance system that is within you to be firmly on your path of well-being, on your path of understanding your worthiness, on your path of right place, right timeness that is so possible for all of you all of the time, sometimes, occasionally, often, quite a bit you do this, you practice thoughts without meaning to that introduce resistance. Law of attraction responds to the vibration that you're offering. The response of law of attraction causes more momentum. That's really what momentum is. Law of attraction's response to your vibration. And then things go further than the manifestation of emotion. They go into the manifestation of things that you can see and hear and smell and taste and touch. And then you conclude, see, it is true. Because here is the proof of it. And we say, all that is the proof of is your attention to something. That's all that it is the proof of. You are the creator of your own reality. But most humans are not creating their own reality deliberately. You are doing it by default. You are doing it because you are observing the conditions and the circumstances that surround you and letting your vibration then be practiced because of what you're observing. And then because of the practiced vibration that you are offering, because of what you're observing, that vibration then gathers more momentum until you then have manifestations that match what you've got going on vibrationally. So we love talking to you, beautiful human creatures, about your vibrational nature, because if you will accept the vibrational nature of your being, then you will begin living as you've intended, as you came into this see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it, leading edge, time, space, reality. There is nothing in all of the universe, in all that is more exhilarating to be here, now, in this leading edge moment, where there is a convergence of all that you are and this life that you are living. And when you have tuned yourself to the frequency of who you really are, so that you're feeling the guidance that is coming forth from within, you begin to feel the rightness of your path. Esther has been saying, for a while, Abraham, I've been looking for my path, knowing that it was there, looking for it relative to this, looking for it relative to this, sort of knowing I wasn't quite on it about that and not quite on it about that, but looking for it. And now she is telling us, and meaning, because she is experiencing it, and many of you are too, she doesn't have to go looking for her path. She just has to prepare her vibrational atmosphere so that when the path is beneath her feet, she recognizes it, you see. Because The path is beneath your feet because the source within you knows who you are, knows what you want, knows all that you've become, knows why you're here, and knows where you stand in your physical human beingness right here and now in relationship to all of that, and is always shining a light on this path so that you can move joyously, not tentatively, quickly, not long time, toward all things that you want, no exceptions. If this time-space reality has inspired within you the desire for something, it is for sure that you can be the liver, the experiencer of the full-blown version of whatever it is that you want. But what happens to you? Oh, we love you so much. You get so caught up in the conditions of now, in the circumstances of now, that you make your life conditional. The conditions tend to, for most people, be the reasons that you offer the vibrations the way you do. If something wonderful is in your awareness right now, then you feel good in response to it. But if something not so wonderful has your attention, then you don't feel good in response to that. And there is no control in that. It makes you feel tentative. It makes you feel vulnerable. And you tend to forget that you have the ability to stand in unconditional alignment. But you got to practice it. You got to practice it when it's easy. And then in time, you'll be able to stand in that unconditional place. You've been talking about it as humans for quite a long time. You speak of unconditional love, but you have no idea what it really means. Most of you, when you first hear it from us or others, think that, well, unconditional love is that you look at some rascal that is really misbehaving in a really awful way, and instead of doing what you'd like to do, kill him, instead of that, you just put up with him and smile and don't say the things that you'd like to say because you are the liver of unconditional love. And we say, no, you're not. If you're feeling like that, you're not living unconditional love. You're letting the condition affect your vibration, and your vibration now has resistance within it. And your point of attraction now is different than you think it is. You have to get your eye on the abundance called clarity, and on the abundance called vitality, and on the abundance called energy. Move it in your mind so that the abundance that you are feeling holds no absence that causes resistance in the mix. And as you hold that true, steady, chronic, not always, not 100%, just mostly, steady feeling of abundance, abundance will show itself to you in every way that you will allow it in the moment. You see, there's a tricky thing in this. We want to address this. The better and better thing has a little edge to it because it's like it's going to get better, which means it's not enough now. There's resistance in that. You want to focus the resistance out of it by addressing solely the good that it is. It's so interesting. We say you create your own reality, and you say, okay, so far so good. And we say, and there's a vibrational what is, and you say, I can't see it. And we say, but can you feel it? And when you reach the place that you are able to acknowledge that you feel the vibrational reality, then you're off and running, because when you feel it, because the feeling of it is a manifestation. And that manifestation will increase into something that is so tangible that not only do you see it, but everyone around you sees it too. Now you're home free. Now you are the deliberate creator of your own reality, and everything is within reach.